Welcome to The Long Road with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And this is our monthly goal update video.
That's right. Unfortunately, we are recording this with a storm going on behind us.
So if you hear thunder, that's what it is.
Yes, we apologize, but
It's
this is the
not
only
for
time we have.
It's not for effect.
Yes, that's right. We're
right.
not trying to sound ominous.
All right, so let's get to it.
Yep.
All right, so starting with my goals. Now, I have a goal of running at least 1,000 miles this year and at least 8 minutes per mile or under pace for those 1,000 miles. So far for the year, this was as of yesterday, as of 536, 536 miles for the year at a 7 minute and 44 second pace. So I'm on track there to finish up with at least 1,000 miles and under 8. Now the summers are a little different
hot here.
It's hot here and very humid. So my times will slow down a little bit through July and August, but then it'll pick back up in September. Book, my June book was supposed to be Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. And that was a no-go. I did not read it. I read a couple pages and for some reason didn't pick it back up. Just different things happened this month. So I'll be reading 2 books this month in July. One's the Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, and then a personal growth book that I haven't picked out yet. Read the Bible through the year. That's another one of my goals. And I'm on track for that. So I do one reading every day, and I'm on track there. And then for my podcast, some of you have asked about that. It is going to be a kind of encouragement podcast based on biblical principles. And so just coming out of my quiet times and stuff like that. So I've got one more that I need to record, and then I'm going to start uploading. So when I really begin to upload, it'll be at least 3 podcasts up, so people will be able to listen. And then I'll do one a week on Monday. I'll let one go one a week starting on Mondays. Okay. All right, so those are my goals, the update on my goals. What about you?
All right, let's see. For books, I read Harry Potter's Chamber of Secrets. Anyway, I read that. No problem.
Yeah, she's actually done early, so.
Yeah, I mean, I think mine was still on the short side. I think the longer you go into the Harry Potter series, the books get longer.
Yep.
It was only 138 pages, but that was book 2, so not long. Anyway, reading the Bible every day, I actually got behind. You may have heard us say in some videos that we were on a road trip. I am not a morning person. Joel was getting up early in the morning and exercising and doing his Bible study, and I'd sleep until the point that he came back and was like, we have stuff to do. You have to get up. So I got behind during the road trip. As of today, I've been doing some doubling up to catch up, and so by tomorrow I may be caught up. But at this point, I'm still like 4 days behind on my reading. Okay. So, the walk 5 days a week goal, I've actually changed because of the same reason he just mentioned why things slow down a little bit during the summer. It's just really hot here. And like I said, I'm not a morning person, so there's not a great time for me to go outside and walk and not get super hot. So, what I've changed it to is I have set certain YouTube videos to watch and get up and exercise with those YouTube videos. YouTube videos are great because they're free. So if it can be anything from something simple, if you're not very athletic, you can do walk away the pounds or something like that, all the way up to people doing HIIT workouts and stuff like that. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just those kind of exercises, and just trying to close up the move and exercise rings on my watch, so that I still get those exercises in at least 5 days a week. I just don't walk outside where it's humid and takes your breath away when you're trying to walk. So coffee, not really did well that. I mean, I was doing okay, but then we went on this road trip, and I drink coffee every morning while we're on the road trip.
Well, it's vacation, man.
Vacation. But I'm going to go back to it because I really like the way. I'm not telling anyone not to drink coffee. It just makes my pulse rate race a lot more. And when I don't drink coffee, my resting heart rate's usually around in the 80s. But when I do drink coffee every day, it's more close to high 90s, which is really high and not great. It just makes me feel like I'm jittery all the time. So, I'm going to go back to only drinking coffee on Sunday, my frou-frou coffee day. So, and then try something new. I decided to show you these two things. We got them for the road trip. As you can see, we didn't eat a lot of our snacks. But anyway, this is a red quinoa chip one, and this is a cauliflower chip. And I'm actually going to quickly show you this because someone asked me in a comment to tell what I thought about them. You can smell the cauliflower immediately. It's really strong. The ingredients are extremely good though, as you can see there. There's really hardly anything in it but the actual veggies and spices and cassava. See, and I think it kind of, it makes me think of a Pringles, except you can taste that cauliflower in it. So if you're not like a fan of cauliflower, this may be a little off-putting to you. You may think that's disgusting. So, I don't know why I had to put another piece in my mouth. I prefer these. They look just like a, what do you call it? Tortilla chip. And they don't taste very different. So, yeah. So, I like those. Wild Roots is the name of that. We got them both from Sam's Club. Obviously, I'm the only one eating them. That's why I came back home with a bunch of it. So, that's all of my goals. So, we can move on now to our budget goals for the month.
Yep. Our no spend, I don't know what the goal was, but
16.
16, we only did 6. So,
No, not 6.
What? That's what it says.
No. Oh, that's a 16.
How many did we do?
I'll put it up on the screen.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, it was a wah.
Yes, it was because we
We're on
decided
vacation, so.
we decided randomly that we wanted to do our road trip now instead of waiting till November during Thanksgiving week when, you know, there's holiday pricing and holiday travel and holiday weather.
So anyway,
So
there you go. We
So,
found that
yes,
one. So,
that's when you ran. He is a spontaneous person. He came home one day and said, "Hey, how would you like to move our road trip up from November to like next week?" So, we moved our road trip up to now, where we could go and enjoy being outside and some of the attractions and things like that, because our son and daughter-in-law live in Pigeon Forge, so there's a lot to do there. That's a lot more fun to do when it's not freezing cold. So that's why we moved it up, and we did not make our goal. So that means next month we'll be shooting for 16 again.
all right. So, sinking funds, we are saving up to buy a second car. We're maybe half to 3/4 of the way there. We'll get an extra check in July. Woo! So
Yay,
all of that's
much.
going towards the car fund, and we're going to buy it in cash. So we are saving up for that. We're going to buy it in cash, and I think we're at the process now where we can start actually looking to see what kind of car we want. So.
Yep.
So there you go. And then we also want to do, we have a sinking fund for DoorDash, kind of a side hustle that we have. And so we're kind of setting a goal this month, I think, I want to do $500 in DoorDash this month. And then we're going to try to increase that as we go along. So there we go. All right, so try something new. What did we do?
We did not do 2 this month because, again, the road trip kind of threw me off, my meal planning off. But we did one in the first 2 weeks before we left for that road trip. That was a sheet pan garlic pesto chicken with veggies.
Yep.
And that was interesting for us because I've had pesto once in a restaurant and I didn't like it. So we weren't sure how this was going to go, if I was going to taste it and be like, never again. So,
But we're not going to give it away because it may be one of the recipes of the week.
Yeah, I believe it was voted on in one of those meal plans. We've just been on the road trip, so we have not posted that recipe of the week yet.
Yep.
But it'll be coming probably next week.
Okay.
So be watching for it.
Yep.
Make sure you're subscribed.
And so our YouTube channel, we had set a goal for 750 subs by the end of June. We're not going to quite make that. So I knew it was kind of an audacious goal to begin with.
Yep.
But we're setting a goal for 800 by the end of July. And we've got a couple things coming up, a collab and some other things coming up that we hope we can will propel us more towards that 800 number. So
if you may be wondering, you may be thinking, are y'all trying to monetize your channel? And it's just simply as I don't work outside the home, so if it was to monetize, then that would be nice because it'd feel like I was contributing a little bit. But it isn't, we're not in a rush. It's not something that we're pushing hard on. But if we got there, we would be fine with that. Okay?
Yep.
So.
All right, and so some of the YouTube videos that are coming up, obviously today you're watching the goals video. Next Friday.
Well, let's just say every Monday you'll see a grocery haul video, and normally every Wednesday you see a recipe of the week video. We did take a break from that while we were on the road trip, and then we had a collab with Dawn from Sensible Living with Money Mom this Wednesday, which was 2 days ago. Be sure to check that out. We'll link it in the eye in the sky. But normally we have a recipe of the week video every Wednesday. So Monday always grocery hauls, and Wednesdays always recipes.
And Friday is Frugal Fit Fridays, and that's what we're going to kind of run down now. This week is the goals video. Next week will be a cheap and frugal living video. The 16th is going to be a travel summary from our trip.
Where we are going to discuss how much we actually spent on our road trip.
Yep. The 23rd is going to be Misfits Market unboxing.
Yes.
And then the week after that is going to be a price comparison between Misfits, Aldi, Walmart, and maybe even Publix. So we're going to see if we can get some prices and see how they stack up. H6 is going to be our goals video again. And then the 13th is going to be a fitness travel video that I did while we were on vacation. So be looking for that.
Yeah, and that's as far as we booked out. If you wonder how we do that, our Mondays are always grocery hauls. Our recipe of the week video is always voted on by you, so we don't really have to plan ahead for that. And so really the only thing that we schedule out in advance is our Frugal Fit Friday videos. And as you can see, we do about 6 weeks ahead of ourselves. We try to go ahead and have an idea, and that's just way we go ahead and get it recorded in enough time that I'm not staying there going, it's Wednesday and the video's due on Friday.
Yep.
So we usually know about 6 weeks in advance where we're going with that video series on Fridays.
All right, so I think that's going to do it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notifications bell for updates from us when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and sometimes on the weekend. You never know when we're going to slip over to Universal Disney, and we'll sometimes slip in some videos for that. So do that, and comment below. Let us know how your fitness goals are going, how your goals are going for the year, whether fitness or running or books or whatever you're doing. Just tell us what your goals are doing. Slip us a comment there below. Let us know how you're working on those goals. So with that said, I think that's going to do it today for the Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
And don't forget it's a long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.